First law is junction law. When multiple resistors meet at a junction, the algebraic sum of all the current entering at a junction is always equal to 0. So if some current is entering into the junction, some current is leaving from the junction, I1 goes in, I2 goes in, I3, I4, and I5. This is coming out. So the total algebraic sum of all the current at a junction is always 0. If incoming current is taken as positive, outgoing current is taken as negative, the algebraic sum of all the currents at a junction, meeting at a junction is always 0. So it is exactly same as that of capacitor O case. At a junction is always 0. In other words, the total current that enters the junction, I1 plus I2, this same current will be leaving from the junction as it is charge has to remain conserved. Charge cannot be stored at the junction. So any charge that enters per in a time, same charge has to leave from the junction. Second, so with the help of this junction law, we can also find the potential of the junction if the terminal potentials are known. Suppose if there are three resistors R1, R2, and R3 meeting at a junction, and the potential of the terminals are V1, V2, V3, resistances are R1, R2, R3, and the junction is O. We have to find the junction potential. We use the same fact that I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. So randomly we are assuming that V2 and V3 are lower than potential of this junction, which doesn't matter. Mathematically, it will be fine even if we have a wrong assumption. We assume that current I1 is going into the junction, I2 and I3 is coming out. Because we don't know the potential of junction, we cannot decide whether both V2 and V3 is coming out or only V2 is coming out. So in that case, current I is equal to V by R, delta V by R, potential difference is I to R. Use the Ohm's law, V1 minus VO by R1, VO minus V2 by R2, plus VO minus V3 divided by R3. So by applying the junction law, VO is the potential of the junction that we can calculate from this equation. In any junction, at any junction, the total current that enters must be equal to the total current that leaves the junction. So on solving, V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 is equal to V0 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So from here we can calculate the total potential of the junction V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So by using the junction law, we can find the potential of the, you don't need to learn this formula, but you need to learn this method that in the case of junction, how do we find the potential of the junction? Once we have potential of the junction, we can calculate the current in any of the resistor R1, R2 and R3 by using this method. Okay, so junction law is same as the similar to the one which was for capacitor circuit, and the potential at the junction we can find out with the help of current law or junction. Second law is also called as voltage law or loop law. Kirchhoff's second law is loop law or voltage law. And we can calculate this with the help of, we can calculate this. This law says that in any closed loop, the sum of potential drop across each element has to be 0. So when we add all the potential drop across any loop, it is going to be 0. And to use that sign convention, to write that potential, we use the sign convention. Almost similar sign convention we will be using here also for any resistor circuit. अगर हम किसी resistor को cross करते हैं current की direction में, suppose current is I and we are going from A to B like this, then we use the potential difference to be positive. In the direction of current, that potential difference will be taken positive because it is initial minus final. Initial potential is always higher than the final potential in the direction of current. Opposite to the direction of current, it will be minus IR. In the direction of the terminal of a battery, it will be positive plus E. और जब हम बैटरी के अपोजिट क्रॉस करते हैं, then it is negative. So बैटरी का पोटेंशियल, बैटरी के लिए साइन कन्वेंशन सेम है. In the direction of current, the resistance potential difference will be taken positive. Opposite to the direction of current, potential difference will be taken negative. In any battery or cell, from higher potential to lower potential, positive terminal to negative terminal, it will be positive, and opposite will be negative. So by using this second law, we can write. So statement is that the sum, algebraic sum of all the potential drop in a closed loop, the algebraic sum of potential difference across each element in a closed loop is always 0. In a closed loop is always 0. Or the total potential drop in a closed loop is 0. And the logic was that because we are coming back to the same point means same initial potential. Potential difference is 0, so work done will be 0. Work done 0, then total potential drop has to be 0. So again, to apply the Kirchhoff's second law, we have to first assume a current distribution following the law junction law. Assume current distribution for any circuit. Using junction law. Correct. So we will follow this in any closed loop. In any closed loop, we will find out the current distribution from each of the battery, as we did in the case of capacitor also. So एक छोटा सा simple circuit लेते हैं. पहले there is one battery. In the cases where there are multiple batteries, there is no other option than using the Kirchhoff law. पहले बैटरी का पोटेंशियल V1 है सपोज, दूसरी बैटरी का पोटेंशियल है V2, R1, R2 and R3. Just a simple example to understand the equation. We have to find the current in each resistor. We have to find the potential difference across any resistor or any such case. So we have to first we have to assume a current distribution. Suppose the first battery of potential V1 supplies the current I1. This supplies current I1. Current is always given from the positive terminal of the battery. So first battery gives current I1. Second, from the positive terminal, it gives current I2. I2 and I1 both will meet at this junction, so that the total current out of this junction will be I1 plus I2. And you can understand it is exactly similar to that of Kirchhoff circuit. बस वहाँ पे हम charge divide करते थे, यहाँ पे हम current divide करेंगे because capacitor stores charge और resistor में current होती है. So there are two loops. In fact, there are three loops. Independent loops are only two. We can write the equation of any loop in clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. Any direction you can write, the equation will be exactly same. So let's say we start from this common point A. So when we start from this point A, right? Start from point A, then in the direction of current. Vrishti, can you give the equation for loop one? We have already done it with the capacitor. That's why I'm asking. Vrishti, loop one के लिए Kirchhoff law equation. What should we write? Vrishti, Vrishti. Vrishti, I'm asking you. Start from A, move in clockwise direction in this circuit. हमने बैटरी क्रॉस की माइनस से प्लस. Rishabh, what will be equation for loop one? Rishabh, Rishabh, क्या मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही है?
सर आ रही है, वो आ रही है.
Start from A, बैटरी क्रॉस की माइनस से प्लस और will be negative. R1 में करंट की डायरेक्शन में, so I1 R1. R3 में भी करंट की डायरेक्शन में, so I1 plus I2 times R3 and that should be equal to 0. This is equation for loop 1. Equation for loop 2. We cross this battery from minus to plus, so it is minus V2. Again in the direction of current, so plus I2 R2. Again in the direction of current, so plus I1 plus I2 times R3 is equal to 0. There are two equation and two variables. I1 and I2 are two variables. So we can solve these two equations to find the value of I1 and I2. Once we have the value of I1, I2, we got equation, we got current in each resistor, we got potential difference across each resistor, and that we can calculate with the help of Kirchhoff's law only. In the case of multiple battery, there is no other possible solution than the Kirchhoff's law. If the batteries are connected in a different loop. We'll simplify these two equations and we'll find out the final result or final current. Aman, okay. So for any such circuit, we have to write the equation of Kirchhoff's law for each loop, and then by solving those equation of each loop, we'll find out current in each resistor and each branch. एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन भी देख लेते हैं इसमें. Okay, so you can use any charge or current distribution, but final answer will match. Find the current in each resistor in the given circuit. थोड़ा सर्किट मैंने चेंज कर लिया बिकॉज इजी वाले हम कर चुके हैं, थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है बस. Find the current in each resistor. Solve करो. Solve it. You have to write the equation. You can write as it is. I am just writing my equations. So suppose ये 20 वोल्ट से ले लिया I1, 10 वोल्ट से करंट ले लिया I2, पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल से दोनों मिल गए. I1 plus I2 within 3 ohm. Right, so this is the equation. और ये I1 plus I2 में से I1 इधर आ गया और I2 ऊपर चला गया. We have these two loops. Write the equation for two loops and solve the value of I1 and I2. I have chosen one fan convention, one current distribution. आप कुछ भी choose कर सकते हैं. You are free to choose clockwise, anti-clockwise. बैटरी की पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल से करंट निकल रही है या पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल में करंट जा रही है. This is on your choice. You can use any direction of current. If it is incorrect, it will turn out to be negative. हाँ बेटा. कह रहे थे. Yes, someone is asking something. ये क्वेश्चन बना के सॉल्व करो. बीच में ये 1 ओम का रेजिस्टेंस है. राइट. Solve and write the equation. Solve for I1 and I2. Yes. What is the answer? What is center पे जो लिखा हुआ है वो 1 ओम रेजिस्टेंस है. राइट. So if you write the equation for loop 1, what is the equation for loop 1? Beneath. Equation for loop 1 is starting from A. Yes. Loop 1 की equation from point A क्या होगी equation आशुतोष? आशुतोष. Yes sir. Write the equation for loop 1. एक क्वेश्चन बताओगे भाई कोई लूप वन की? स्टार्ट फ्रॉम ए। आशुतोष क्या हो गया? समझ नहीं आया? फिर से समझाओ। आशुतोष
सर दोबारा समझा दो एक बार।
कैपेसिटर में समझ आया था? नहीं। बैटरी से हम
सर आ
करंट
गया
लेते
था थोड़ा सा।
assume करते हैं, बैटरी से करंट, पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल ऑफ बैटरी से करंट बाहर निकलती है। वी कंसीडर दिस करंट टू बी I1। ये I1, ये भी I1 ही है। दिस इज I1, I1। ये दूसरी बैटरी थी बड़ी 10 वोल्ट की, यहाँ से करंट ले लिया I2। दिस बैटरी हैज गिवन ए करंट ऑफ I2। जंक्शन पे I1 I2 मिल गए, सो I1 प्लस I2 इज द करंट नाउ दैट इज गोइंग इन द रिमेनिंग जंक्शन। यहाँ तक I1 प्लस I2 और फिर I2 अपने जंक्शन ब्रांच में और I1 अपनी ब्रांच में। Now equation for loop 1 when you write from A, साइन कन्वेंशन यूज करोगे, बैटरी क्रॉस कर रहे हैं माइनस से प्लस की तरफ, -20 करंट की डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं तो +5 I1, फिर से करंट की डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है 10 टाइम्स I1। 1 ओम में हम करंट के अपोजिट आ गए, सो -I2, और इस बैटरी को क्रॉस किया प्लस से माइनस की तरफ, देन वी कम बैक टू A। Start from A and move in this loop, come back to the same point। बैटरी माइनस से प्लस नेगेटिव, करंट की डायरेक्शन में पॉजिटिव, करंट की डायरेक्शन में पॉजिटिव, opposite to the current negative, and in the direction from positive to negative, so it will be positive। Loop 1 की equation with the help of Kirchhoff law simplify कर लो, so 10 plus 515 I1 minus I2 is equal to 10। This is equation for loop 1। Second is equation for loop 2। We start from, let's say, point A again, so -10 plus I2 plus I1 plus I2 times 3 plus I1 plus I2 times 1 plus 5 is equal to 0। We came back to the same point। Right, so solve this equation। This is 3I1 plus I1, 4I1 plus 5 times I2 is equal to 5। These are the two equations। Equation same आ रही है किसी की?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
सर मेरे
very
end
nice।
से आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही है?
सर अभी भी कुछ क्लियर नहीं आ रही। एक
ये आपकी तो बहुत क्लियर आ रही है। बेटा क्या है आंसर विदित? I1 एंड I2। फुल एनर्जी नहीं लग रही लोगों में, क्या हो गया? यस, solve for I1 and I2 quickly।
सर I1 आ रहा है 55/79।
यस सर।
यस सर, वैसे ही आ रहा है।
ओके, कितना फिर से बोलना? I1 के लिए हम इसमें 5 से मल्टीप्लाई कर देते हैं, 75 प्लस 4 79, और
सर 55/79।
यस सर।
55/79। यस। ओके, I2 I2 पहले वाले में 4 से, दूसरे वाले में 15 से, सो 75 माइनस 4 71।
सर वो 425/79 आ रहा है।
425/79।
सर मेरा तो वही आ रहा है।
अच्छी बात है, चलो वेरी गुड, ठीक है।
35/79 आ रहा है।
35/79।
सर I2 35/79।
इसमें 15 और इसमें 4, 75 माइनस ऑफ -4 किया गया 79, 75 और -40 35/79 है। We can solve any circuit by using the equations. By using the equations, current drawn from each battery, derive the current, distribute the current in the circuit, and then accordingly we'll find out the equation. और equation लाने के बाद हम किसी भी point के बीच में potential difference निकाल सकते हैं by using the same logic, let's say between P and Q. सर हमें P और Q के बीच का potential चाहिए. In this circuit, after calculation of I1 and I2, we have to find the potential difference between Vp and Vq. पहले हम current calculate करेंगे. Current calculate करने के बाद we will write the equation of potential difference exactly similar to the sign convention. Start from P and move towards Q. So we are crossing the first resistance opposite to the current. It will be -3 times I1 plus I2. Second resistor again minus opposite to the current, so -10 I1. And third resistor is again opposite to the current, so -5 I1. By using any of these two, by using either from P to Q from the top or use P to Q from the bottom, you will be having exactly same result. इधर नीचे वाले से करोगे तो I1 plus I2, you can write the same as I1 plus I2 into 1. बैटरी क्रॉस की प्लस से माइनस की तरफ तो +5 and -20. You can verify these two should give exactly the same result in the circuit. We will solve the resistor, we solve the current for each resistor, and accordingly we will find out the potential difference between any 2 points in the circuit. Correct? Okay, so ये Kirchhoff law हम पहले भी कर चुके हैं वैसे. Using Kirchhoff law also we can find the equivalent resistance between any circuit. When there is no other option, we have only finding the equivalent resistance using Kirchhoff law for any general circuit. Equivalent resistance using Kirchhoff's law. So जिस भी circuit में series, parallel या कुछ भी और नाम में समझ में आए symmetry, we have one option always there that we can apply a battery, calculate the current from the battery, and then V divided by I, the potential of the circuit, and divided by the current. So like suppose if this is the circuit, if the left hand side and right hand side ratios are balanced, then it will become Wheatstone bridge. Now the ratios are not balanced and we have to find the equivalent resistance between A and B. Left side ratio is 2/3, right side ratio is 4/5. We have to find the equivalent resistance between A and B. So the Wheatstone bridge principle method, which we will see in this chapter, will not work here. We'll have to write the equation for each loop, each current. So let's say connect a battery V. In terms of that potential V, we have to calculate the total current given by the battery. Battery delivers current I. This current is distributed I1, I2, और I1 में से I3 नीचे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो गया, सो बचेगा I1 minus I3, that is in the 4 ohm, और इधर से I2 और I3 दोनों मिल जाएंगे. So in the 5 ohm resistor, that will become I2 plus I3, or here both will become I1 plus I2, and I1 plus I2 is I. This come back to the circuit. In this circuit, we have to first assume a battery of potential V. First step is always assume a battery of potential difference V. Second step is write the Kirchhoff law equation and solve for current in terms of V. So यहाँ पर कितने लूप हैं टोटल? There are total 4 loops. 1, 2, 3 और एक बाहर वाला. But हम कोई भी independent 3 loop ले सकते हैं because there are 3 variables, I1, I2 and I3 in this case, and we have to write the 3 equations, then eliminate and solve for I1 and I2. So in this circuit, we have to find the equation of each loop, and then we have to find the value of I1 and I2 and in terms of V. Equation for loop number 1. ये हम equivalent circuit वाले cases में कर रहे हैं. This is finding the equivalent resistance. Resistance find out करने के लिए अगर वो series, parallel, symmetry हो, then we have some specific method. If there is no other series, symmetry or parallel or anything works, then we have the option of, then we have to always use the Kirchhoff law to find the current given by the battery, and then V by I ratio will be equivalent resistance. Equation for loop number 1, let's say start from point A only. 2 times I1 in the direction of current plus in the direction of current I3 opposite to the direction of current, so minus 3I2 is equal to 0. Equation number 1. Write equation number 2. Equation for loop 2. In the direction of current, it is 4I1 minus I3. 4I1 minus I3. Opposite to the current, minus 5I2 plus I3. Then opposite to the current, minus I3, and that will be equal to 0. This is equation for loop 2. 4I1 -5 I2 और ये कितना आएगा -4 -9 एंड -10 इक्वेशन फॉर लूप नंबर 2। अभी इन दोनों में v नहीं है, देयर इज नो v टर्म, सो वी कैन एलिमिनेट एंड वी कैन एलिमिनेट फॉर I3। इन दोनों इक्वेशन को अगर हम एलिमिनेट कर ले इन टर्म्स ऑफ I1 एंड I3। ओके, इक्वेशन फॉर लूप नंबर 3। लूप नंबर 3 हमें ऐसा चूज करना है जिसमें बैटरी हो, सो वी आर कंसीडरिंग दिस आउटसाइड। एक बैटरी -v प्लस 3 टाइम्स I2 प्लस 3 टाइम्स I2 प्लस 5 टाइम्स I2 प्लस I3 इज इक्वल टू 0। So 5 plus 3, 8 I2 plus 5 I3 is equal to V. This is equation number 3. So equation 1 और 2 से हम I1 को eliminate कर लेते हैं from equation number 1 and 2. If we add equation number, sorry, if we subtract equation number 1, multiply by 2 minus equation 2, multiply by 2 and then subtract, so 4I1 gone, -6 और ये आ जाएगा +5, so that become -I2 and 2I3 plus 10, so that becomes 12I3 is equal to 0. I3 is equal to I2 by 12. Please check the calculation. Equation number 1 और 2 को हमने solve कर लिया. We eliminated I1. By eliminating I1, we get I3 as I2 by 12. 8 times I2 plus 5 times I2 by 12 is equal to V. Okay, so how much is I2? थोड़ा खतरनाक सही आ रहा है। 96 plus 101, 12 by 101, 12 by 101. This is the value of I2. Calculate the value of I1 from the equation number 1 and 2. 1 और 2 में अभी हम I3 को eliminate कर लेते हैं। कैसे? To eliminate I3, equation 1 में 3 से multiply करके solve for value of I1. Please get the value of I1 using these equations. Find I1. आशुतोष ये समझ आ रहा है, ये नहीं आ रहा समझ? आशुतोष
सर आ रहा है।
आ रहा है?
यस सर।
किसी भी रैंडम से सर्किट में इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस कैलकुलेट करने का एक ही तरीका है। वी हैव टू अज्यूम अ बैटरी ऑफ पोटेंशियल V, calculate the current in terms of potential V, and then write the equation for each loop and solve for I1, I2 and I3. सॉल्व करके बताना I1 कितना आ रहा है, I3 की हमें जरूरत नहीं है, I3 is not required, so I3 को एलिमिनेट करके I1 कैलकुलेट करना है। फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ I1। I1 कितना आ रहा है ऐश्वर्या? What is the value of I1? Anyone? I3 comes out 1 by 101. Then we can put in any of the equation, either equation number 1 or equation number 2, to calculate value of I1. I hope calculation is correct, but फिर भी एक बार verify कर लेना, check कर लेना calculation में कुछ गड़बड़ ना हो। What is the value of I1? I3 is 1 by 101 times V, I2 is 12 by 101 times V. I1 calculate करने के लिए we can use 4 I1 is 5 I2 plus 10 I3. 4 I1 is 5 I2 plus 10 times I3. I2 is 12. So 12 into 5, 60 by 101 times V plus I3 is 1 by 101. So it becomes 10 by 101 times V. And that is 70 V by 101 is equal to 4 I1. क्या है? Clear है? I1 is 35 V by 202 and I2 is 12. So 12 को लिख सकते हैं 24 by 202 times. Current delivered by the battery. मैं थोड़ी रैंडम सी वैल्यू लिखी, इससे अजीब सा आ रहा है ये, बट आपको मेथड समझना है, एग्जाम में मे बी वैल्यूज विल बी बेटर. बैटरी ने जो करंट डिलीवर की है I, दैट इज I1 plus I2, 35 plus 24, so that is 59 by 202 times V. यहाँ से V by I का रेशियो आ जाएगा 202 by 59 times V, and that we can use V by I is 202 upon 59 ohm. Equivalent resistance of this circuit between A and B is 202 by 59 ohm. So it was not a standard circuit. It looks like a standard Wheatstone bridge, but Wheatstone bridge mein there is, in the Wheatstone bridge there is the left side and right side ratio has to be equal. Here it is not equal. बेटा आ रहा है आंसर सही है? प्लीज चेक करें ना, वेरीफाई इज इट करेक्ट और नॉट.
हाँ सर यही आ रहा है.
वेरी नाइस. Now we can see the actual Wheatstone bridge, and we have to prove the Wheatstone bridge condition also, because हमने capacitor में भी prove नहीं किया था. So Wheatstone bridge, it is also asked to prove the condition under the Wheatstone bridge. Combination of 5 resistors, 4 along the sides, 5th along the diagonal. It's called a Wheatstone bridge. When the resistance ratio on either side is same, so हम यहाँ पर एक galvanometer लगा लेते हैं. Galvanometer is just to detect the presence of current. Current is there or not. Don't get confused. Left side ratio is R1, R2. Left side ratio is R1, R2. और right side में R3 and R4. बीच में आ गया R5. So in the Wheatstone bridge, the condition is that there is no current in the resistance. We have to find the ratio, find the condition for the balanced state of Wheatstone bridge. If R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4, then we say that there is no current in R5, or across the bridge there is no potential difference. So P and Q will be at same potential. P and Q are at same potential. That means R5 will not have any current. So R5 can be removed. That is the circuit. That is for circuit solving. Now we need to solve this circuit with the help of. We need to solve this circuit how? With the help of Kirchhoff's law, and we have to prove this condition. So suppose we connect a battery of potential V, and almost the similar method that we use for the last question solving. पहले हम assume करेंगे that there is a current. We don't take that this current is not there. Initially I1 minus I3 from the upper branch, और नीचे ये I2 और I3 दोनों मिल जाएंगे. That becomes I2 plus I3. So the current is distributed in each, assuming that it's not a balance based on which. Now we have to prove this condition. Write the equation for loop 1 and write the equation for loop 2. Loop 3 is not required. हम इन दोनों से prove कर लेंगे. Kirchhoff's law, so it is also called as KVL in short form. Kirchhoff's voltage law for equation number for loop number 1 is I1 R1 plus I3 R5 minus I2 R2 is equal to 0. This is equation for loop number 1. Similarly, we can write the Kirchhoff's voltage law KVL for loop 2. For loop 2, the current in the direction, so it becomes I1 minus I3 times R3 minus I2 plus I3 times R4 minus I3 times R5 is equal to 0. Equation number 2. So in these two equations, we haven't assumed the balancing condition yet. But if suppose we take the current, now assume that there is no current. If there is no current in the R5 resistance, by some measurement, हम वहाँ पर एक galvanometer लगा लेंगे and we will put that value. If there is no current in R5, which means galvanometer shows 0 deflection. So that means put I3 is equal to 0. Put I3 is equal to 0. So in the equation number 1, it will become I1 R1 plus I3 R5 it becomes 0 minus I2 R2 minus I2 R2 is equal to 0. So from here I1 R1 is equal to I2 R2. R1 by R2 will be equal to I2 by I1. From equation number 2, if you put I3 equal to 0, I1 minus 0, so that become I1 times R3. Second equation is I2 R4, so minus I2 times R4. ये board में अक्सर question आता है. The 5 marker one part is that prove the balancing condition of Wheatstone bridge. I1, I3 will be equal to I2, R4. So from here, R3 by R4 will be equal to I2 by I1. From equation number 1 and 2, both are equal to I2. Equation number 3 and 4. Equation number 3 and 4, both are equal to I2 by I1. So when I3 is 0. Under this condition, when I3 is 0, the net equation is I1 R3. Sorry. From here we get R3 by R4 is equal to I2 by I1. This is equation number 3. Equation number 4. From 3 and 4, R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4. R1 by R2 will be equal to R3 by R4 when there is no current in the circuit. When there is no current in the diagonal. Which means I3 is equal to 0. So this is the condition for balanced Wheatstone bridge. Under this condition, Wheatstone bridge remains balanced. Balanced Wheatstone bridge circuit. And balanced Wheatstone bridge means there is no current in R5. Wheatstone bridge के लिए the battery should be always in the other diagonal. In one diagonal there's a bridge, the battery should be on the other diagonal. Right? So Wheatstone bridge की हमने condition prove कर ली and based on the Wheatstone bridge exactly similar circuit जैसे कि capacitor की cases में थे. First type of Wheatstone bridge will be this, the standard Wheatstone bridge. But you have to look for the battery. Battery is also connected in the same, so like 3 and 6, 5 and 10. In this case, the resistance ratio on both sides is equal. So this 2 ohm will be. Now, sometimes in the question, the battery is also connected between here. If battery is connected between here, this is not a Wheatstone bridge. It is not a Wheatstone bridge because this resistor as well as battery both are connected in the same circuit. इसको हम ऐसे सॉल्व नहीं करेंगे, इसको हम डायरेक्टली 6 and 3 in series, 10 and 5 in series. This looks like that it is in the Wheatstone bridge circuit, but it is not a Wheatstone bridge. Reason being, the battery and the diagonal both are in the same circuit. So if we replace it, if we change it like when the battery is on the other diagonal, only then it will be a balanced Wheatstone bridge. The ratio of left side of the diagonal 3 by 6 is 1 by 2 is equal to 5 by 10 and then 2 ohm. So 2 ohm is in the bridge that can be removed. It is a balanced Wheatstone bridge. It can be removed from the circuit. 3 by 6 is equal to 5 by 10. So 2 ohm can be removed and no current in that 2 ohm circuit. So remove kar denge, then we have 3 and 5 in series, 6 and 10 in series. So on the upper side, it will become 3 and 5, which is 8 ohm. 6 ohm and 10 ohm, so that becomes 16. 8 and 16 in parallel. R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2, so it becomes 16 by 3 ohm. The resistance between A and B is 16 by 3. Correct? So all the Wheatstone bridge circuit we have done similarly. There also will be another format. Instead of the vertical, if we have the horizontal type of diagonal, this will also be a Wheatstone bridge 2 and 4, 3 and 6. Then 5 ohm can be removed. 5 ohm is in the diagonal that can be removed. So here it becomes 2 and 3 in series 5, and then 4 and 6 will be big. When it is a balanced Wheatstone bridge, we can remove that particular part of the circuit which is in the bridge. So this becomes your original circuit. 2 and 3 in series 5, 4 and 6 in series 10, then 5 and 10 will be in parallel. 10 by 3 ohm will be the equivalent resistance of this circuit. This is a Wheatstone bridge, different combination, different possibilities. Third was there's also a Wheatstone bridge between the A and B. Here also the resistance is 4 and 8. Suppose 6 ohm, and here it is, let's say 10 and 20. The ratio of 4 by 8 is 10 by 20. 4 by 8 is 10 by 20. This 6 ohm is the diagonal. उसको देखने के लिए हम इसको बाहर rotate कर लेते हैं. So if you rotate this A outside, 4 ohm, 8 ohm, this is 10 ohm and 20 ohm is A, and there is 6 ohm in between. So that means the ratio 10 by 20 is 4 by 8. This can be removed. 14 and 28 will be in parallel. So likewise, we can find out the equivalent resistance in any Wheatstone bridge. एक हमने किया था extended Wheatstone bridge. The same circuit can also be applied in the resistor. Extended Wheatstone bridge. When the resistances ratio in an extended circuit is such that across each diagonal the resistance ratio is same, then we can remove all of those vertical resistors. So for example, if it is 1 ohm, this is 2 ohm, this is 2 ohm and 4 ohm, 3 ohm and 6 ohm, 4 ohm and 8 ohm. So in all these cases, the X, Y and Z all can be removed because the resistances ratio on both the sides is exactly same. Extended Wheatstone bridge, all these vertical resistances X, Y and Z can be removed from the circuit. So it is removed in the first branch, upper branch, 1, 2, 3 and 4 all will be in series. In the lower branch, it will be 2, 4, 6 and 8 in series, and then it will be in parallel. So that is the extended Wheatstone bridge in the vertical and the horizontal direction. So I think mostly all these cases are those which we did in the resistor circuit, in the case of the capacitor also. So series, parallel, plane of symmetry, vertical symmetry, horizontal symmetry, 3D symmetry, network symmetry. Wheatstone bridge circuit, extended Wheatstone bridge circuit, 3D circuit and infinite lattice. और एक और क्या था हमने, resistors connected by wires. So if 2 points are connected by wires, they always have the same potential. So they are always given the same number in the circuit, and we can make a new circuit diagram. Correct? Right. So अब हम आगे बढ़ते हैं. कुछ questions किए थे हमने based on the series and parallel circuit, based on the series and parallel combination of the circuit. I shared one of these worksheet. Series and parallel combination of resistors. और network analysis and Kirchhoff rule. So series and parallel वाले हमने mostly questions कर लिए थे, जो बचे हुए हैं वो आपको करने हैं. Okay, so this is using the Kirchhoff's law and junction law. Based on the Kirchhoff's law and junction law, we have to find the current and all. Yeah. Question number 6. In the figure shown, what is the current I? This is the application of junction law. Question number 6. Friends, apply junction law to find the current I. So it is इधर से 2 and 2 that become 4. 4 में से 1 आगे निकल गया. This will be 3. 3 में से 1.3 आगे, so remaining 1.7 ampere. 1.7 ampere is it. It's very simple. So we have to apply the junction law to find the current in this circuit. Next. Question number 8. For the circuit shown as below, find the current I1, I2 and I3 as marked in the respective branches. Question number 8. Find the value of I1, I2 and I3. आज बड़े कम लोग हैं क्लास में. चक्कर क्या है? स्कूल के एग्जाम स्टार्ट हुए इसलिए. जो है वो भी रिस्पॉन्स नहीं कर रहे हैं.
स्कूल में तो अभी कोई एग्जाम है नहीं, यूटी चल रहा
हाँ
है.
बेटा. नहीं, अमन का तो शायद कोई एग्जाम है, कोई टेस्ट है, समथिंग.
सर हमारा भी है इस मंडे को.
यूटी.
यस सर.
इसको सॉल्व करो फटाफट में. पॉज कोई नहीं कर रहा है, सब लोग लूज है. Solve this. I am not going to solve this. We have done such questions. So there are 2 loops. और 2 लूप की इक्वेशन आएगी, एक आएगी जंक्शन लॉस. डन। क्या है वैल्यू I1 I2 I3? बेटा क्या है आंसर? किया है किसी ने? चलो फिर होमवर्क में सॉल्व करना, कोई बात नहीं। सॉल्व दिस प्रीवियस वर्कशीट कंप्लीटली, और इसके क्वेश्चंस जितने मैक्सिमम हो सकते हैं। डीपीपी नंबर ये थी डीपीपी नंबर 6। डीपीपी नंबर 5 जो था सेल एंड कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ सेल, दैट वी विल डू इन नेक्स्ट क्लास। फ्राइडे को हम ये दोनों वर्कशीट ऑल टिल डीपीपी नंबर 6 वी विल डिस्कस। थैंक यू।